that set. So you just got to understand that. And sometimes when I do, sometimes I have a pen and paper, just write it down. If I don't have anybody near me, write it down. And I'll look at it and I'll tell you, I'll get to it. And I would wish that anybody watching this will never do this to DJs. It's really just quite annoying. Please, just don't do that, because it really throws your game off. And you don't even know if the person was going to play it already, Mm-hmm. So just take the time and listen. Maybe towards the end, if you feel like you haven't heard it, then come and say, hey, I haven't heard this. Can you please play it?
Well, wonderful. You heard them. Before we continue, we have some of the comments coming from Facebook, but we've been bothering them for a few minutes now. We will take a quick break, and when we come back, we will continue on with our DJ Sticky and DJ AKUAA, and also my co-host Les. So please do not tune off. We will be back in a few seconds.
Let me get up my bum.
That is your background dancer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to tonight's show. I am your co-host, Lizzie Apia, and I'm here with the main host, Deacon Moses Asiedu, and we're here with our guest, DJ AKUAA, with 2 A's, 2, not 1, but 2, and DJ Sticky. That's what I do for him. So
you should record it.
You said?
Record it.
There you go. We're building your brand, right?
You already know.
We're here for it. We're going to link up. So we have logged onto our Facebook account, and there are a few questions for both of you. And the first one is from Akosia Kunedu Opong. Shout outs to you, Akosia. And she wants to ask DJ AKUAA, how do you feel being a female DJ, as in, is it all pros than cons, or vice versa? Because I felt it might be intimidating, or the other way around, being a female. So.
That's a good question. I get that question a lot. I would definitely say it's hard for me because of what I believe in. It's harder because I'm not necessarily opening my legs for everything, every situation. I would be further than where I'm at if I was to do that. But because I have set beliefs and the industry is very cutthroat, right? And the more you get into it, the more you realize that you have to kind of, or is it rob Peter to pay Paul? Is that what it is? Yeah, you have to kind of, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. There's how do I put this in layman's terms that makes sense? Everybody has their limit, right? And for me, I understand that you have to pay your dues in anything that you do, but I have a limit as well. The industry, there's no limit. It's very cutthroat, and if you don't set boundaries for yourself, you'll find yourself being easily distracted, only for you to get to the top and easily dropped when they're done using you. Mm-hmm. So with being a female, for me it's hard. somebody else might come on here and say it's easier, but it's harder because I know what I stand for. So yeah, there's favors that we all do here and there, but mine is within reason and within limits. So it's harder. I'll definitely say that, because if I was to just be doing everything, shakara things and everything, I'd probably be further than where I am now. That's the honest truth.
Yeah, thank you for your great response. So we just want to encourage the crowd, our Facebook, Zoom, anybody that's watching from home. Please, please, please post your questions. We are live. We will ask them for you. Please don't feel shy. Ask whatever you want to ask our guests here. And we're going to go ahead and get right into our second session. And the first question we have here is, when did you get to know or receive Christ in your life? And was that before or after getting into DJing?
You want to go first?
Sure. For me, it was way before, before I started DJing. My parents are very deeply rooted in the church. My dad is an elder. My mom is a deaconess. From scratch, ever since we were in Ghana, like my mom, she would make us, at that point in time, I think we were not very fortunate. So we would have to walk like, I'll say almost about 10 miles to go to church.
Did you have white socks on?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, at that time, I had my sandals, the Ghana uncle sandals, with the holes in it. So by the time you get to church, you have dust all over your feet. And if knowing my mom, if you really know my mom, you can't say no, because she's dragging you if you like it or yes. So we used to walk that long to church every Sunday. Sometimes on Monday Bible studies, she drags us. So it's been with me, from the jump, and even up until now, ever since I moved here. My mom actually moved here before I did, and my dad as well. And coming here, I was like, oh, I have to be, because when I got here, the first thing we did, the first Sunday, and this was in 2012, the first Sunday after I got here I think on a Wednesday or on a Thursday. The first Sunday, my mom was like, come on, we need to go clean the church. I was like, hey, I have to be, like, you did this in Ghana, and then we got to do it here too. But then just realizing the benefits of it that we as the kids are enjoying, I actually really start to appreciate my parents as I'm growing up and I'm getting the point of the work that they put in and us reaping the the fruit of it. I start to appreciate them, and then I start to actually put myself in the church and also give what I can as well. I actually do play the drums in the church and sing every here and there.
Hey.
Oh, so
I actually do.
Relax.
I actually do.
You sing.
I sing here and there.
Yeah. Auto and us.
I don't know. What do you want me to sing?
I bet
Yeah,
you
man.
Mm-hmm.
Danasi.
I was just thinking of that.
Danase.
Mm-hmm.
Danase. Danase. Da onyame nase. Something small.
What key is
know.
that? Wait. What key is that?
I know the
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
For those of y'all that didn't know, DJ Sticky can sing, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to actually make a track with DJ AKUAA soon, so, you guys need to watch out for that.
Have I said I wanted to make a track with you?
Say it by force.
When you choice.
He's trying to put you in a spot where you cannot say
I know.
You can't say no, right?
But I'll say no right here, right now.
So when I come to your house next week, Saturday, just know we talked about it already.
So for me, this is a question I don't get asked a lot, but for me, what I would definitely say is, as African kids, because my parents grew up in the church home too, we're taught to go to church. You have to go to church. We don't really understand why we go to church, but we know that our parents tell us every Sunday by 8, get up and go to church. For me, when I really realized that, I found my faith was like 5 years ago, because I needed to go for my own self. Like, I needed to understand where my faith was and where my relationship was with God. So it wasn't until like 5 years ago that I went to Ghana, and a pastor actually told me that, I see you. He doesn't know me or anything like that, but he said he saw me in a crowd and it's just a lot of white hands, and it was a big crowd. He was like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I DJ." And then he said, "That won't happen until your faith gets stronger with God." So, I took it with a grain of salt. I'm like, "Oh, he's trying to get some money from me." So I took it with a grain of salt and kept it moving. But it was like 5 years ago when I went to a specific church, my church that I go to now in Delaware. Shout out to Grace Chapel. That they're more of like a practical church. So the minute I went there, I felt very accepted. With me feeling accepted, it made me become very open to have that relationship with them, with the church, and also with God, and really understand, reading my Bible and understanding what it means to be a child of God, what it means to live the godly way. So yeah, it was, I think, 5 years ago.
Oh, and see, okay, if I could. I know Sticky and AKUAA on personal levels. They're both my very good friends. So let me just, let's touch some light on the youth that you mentor. I remember one day we had like a Friendsgiving, and you had a whole bunch of youth that came over.
Oh yeah.
What do the youth say about you, like, in your church?
So I'm a youth leader. That's something people don't know. And I have an open door policy at my place. So when I went to the church, I realized that the kids really did look up to me. And that's when the pastor was like, "I need you to use what you have to touch these kids." And I was like, "What are you talking about, girl? I don't have nothing." And then he's like, "You don't know it yet, but you have it." So when I started encouraging them, that's when we actually started the youth at our church. So I started encouraging them to come more often, to just come and understand. And when there were times that I had to preach, and in the beginning, it was really hard because I'm like, I have never went to Bible school. I'm still learning. So I would have to read it, understand it, and then teach it in lame terms where they will understand it. So it made me grow stronger with half of the kids, all the kids there actually, because they became very open with me, because I got them to understand that we're all human. We're trying to live the godly way, but we're all human. So you'll mess up. And if you do mess up, it's okay to come and talk about it, because you're not the first person that's done it before. So I would definitely say, I don't know, yeah, that's, for me, I think the kids is another reason why I became closer, because I feel like I have to do good to show them that, so.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to you as being the assistant district leader for Baltimore. It means a lot when the kids come to you, or the youth or the parents that come up to you, and they're like, "Sister Lizzie, I look up to you. You're a great inspiration." So I'm glad that we can relate on that level. It feels great. So we have DJ Sticky, a drummer / singer, and we have DJ AKUAA, the youth leader / mentor. So it's lit. So the next question I have for both of you is, how do you find the balance between your passion and your faith in Christ?
I don't even know how I find a balance between my passion and anything else. I just do it because I know I have to. Like for me, it's mandatory. Right. So I don't know how. I think by the strength of God, honestly, because I go to a party, I go DJ and get home at 5 a.m. I will still get up and make sure I go to church, because I also do the sound at my church. I'm the one that takes care of the sound of my church. So it's so funny, because when I don't go and I'm too tired or I'm not in town, the kids that sing will say that, "Yeah, AKUAA," they call me AKUAA. Say, "AKUAA, when you're not there, it takes 7 men to go in the booth to figure out what's going on. So we need you to be there." So yeah, it's grace of God. I don't know.
No, that's right. Now, how about you, DJ Sticky?
That's a very good question. I think with me playing the drums and DJing as well now, just putting those two together, listening to beats, I think it helps me more, especially being on the drums, with knowing songs and listening to songs. It helps me in that aspect. And also, like AKUAA said, I feel like it's mandatory. It's like there's no option to it. You have to do it. And it's not like, it's something that you're gonna say, "You know what, let me practice for this to happen," or "Let me plan to do this." It automatically happens, without you trying to do it. It automatically happens. And I have a few other people that check me as well, especially like DJ AKUAA said, when you have late night gigs on Saturdays, and then you have to go back to church in the morning. And my brother Kojo Amankwa, he'll call me at 6 in the morning. "Hey, you need to be here at this time because I need you to play the drums or whatever the case may be. Oh yes, I'm sorry. His name is
Really?
Deacon Kojo
Really?
Amankwa. Yes, Deacon Kojo Amankwa. He checks me a lot. He always calls me. I have Joseph Reed. He also calls me as well to make sure, regardless of what the situation is. And my mom and my dad, for them it's just automatic. So I won't even say it. Everybody knows that I don't have a choice.
It's a responsibility.
It's
almost,
yeah,
right?
yes,
it's like
yes.
when I'm not a morning person at all. Like I'm not. But I know I got bills to pay, so I got to get up and make sure I do what I got to do. Get up and go to work every morning so I can pay my bills. So it's like you're reaping into your faith. Honestly, because knowing that I have to make sure the sound is good, knowing that I have to be there for my faith and my religion makes me just not think about it so much. Sometimes I go to church and I'm like this. I'm not gonna lie, I've actually slept, but at least I know that I went.
That Holy Spirit be both to Kotono.
Let's
Let's take a couple of questions from Facebook quickly. We have a couple of comments. And the first one, I'll take the first one, and then my co-host will take the other one. Both of them are from Priscilla Costa Mabrin too. And the first one says, I'm guessing she's saying that you guys are young. So do some people disrespect or look down on your skills because of your age, since you guys are so young?
This one looks like he's 40, so I don't think he should answer this question. So let me answer the question, okay?
Thank you.
All right. So, first of all, I already look like I'm 12. I don't already look like my age, so I get it all the time. I don't let those things bother me, if I should say. But I get it all the time. I look, first of all, when you see a lot of people say my Instagram size and my actual size don't match. It's in proportion. So when they see me and they see my face, and now that I cut my hair, there's people saying I look shorter. I mean, I look younger. So I get it all the time. I don't see it as anything. I mean, they'll disrespect, but I'll still play in your dance. So it's really different.
I think DJ Pia, said I look 40, just to justify her, she's actually older than me.
Why you gotta do that? Ain't nobody ask you. Did somebody ask that on Facebook?
No, not yet.
Wow.
Well, I'm making it known. DJ Pia is actually older than me.
There
She's
is
like
no way.
Yes, DJ Pia is like a big sister to me. So.
Oh, wow.
Like doesn't mean I am.
Well, she is a big sister to me.
There you have it.
It means you could be. I mean,
If
depending on the day and the time.
So today, if I can say, I can call her and be like, hey, okay, I'm hungry. Like, do you have any food? I can pull up and then go into her refrigerator and take food and then just eat it, without her questioning me, like, hey, how we so for him? I feel like there's a type of relationship that we have, and that's pretty much like a brother and sister relationship. And I don't think I have yet experienced anybody looking down on me because I always grown a beard. So I guess my beard kind of, protects me on that aspect. So I don't know if I'm gonna experience it, but I'm yet to experience that.
Oh, nice. And the next question is to DJ Kia. Do you prefer DJing in Ghana or America? Or what's the difference between DJing in between the two places? And that's from Priscilla Custom Made Brand too.
Wow. I can't even compare the two. It's completely different. I think I like it more here because here I'm like pushing the Ghanaian music to a crowd. So we don't have a lot of Ghanaian DJs in the DMV that's really on the main platform. So with here, I'm able to do that. I'm able to push Ghanaian music the way I want to. I'm able to introduce new Ghanaian music because a lot of DJs that I'm cool with, I'll give them Ghanaian music, but they don't really play it until they see me play it and get a crowd reaction like, oh, I need to send me this song. I'm like, I already sent the song to you. So I think I like it here more because I'm like the pilot for Ghanaian music here. So I prefer it more. But I mean, Ghana is fun. I mean, Ghana's always a vibe. It's two different things though. I can't really compare it, but definitely say here.
Nice. We have actually another question that just came in from Kofi Adade. And the question is, are we single? So I'm assuming we as the co-hosts here, single.
Welcome here, question.
I think
I think we will wait for
That's a great- I like that.
Kofi Adade to rewrite that question.
Yeah.
Say, are we single?
Are
Okay,
we?
Juana.
yeah, I think he's asking Lizzie,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
DJ
he's
Kia,
not.
you know.
Kofi Adade, whom are you asking that if they
Yeah.
are single?
I think he's
And I
asking,
obviously
I think
you
he's
know,
asking
you can-
Caleb. I think he's asking Caleb.
Oh, he
He said
your
we.
background dancer.
Yeah, that's
Why don't you go
my
ahead
that's
and
my
answer?
that's my
Alright,
brother.
alright. That's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, go ahead.
He already knows.
No,
I
no,
don't
but they
know.
want to know.
But he wouldn't ask if he didn't know.
Yeah. The crowd
Um,
wants to know. I want to know.
We all want to know.
yes, I am.
Your big sister wants to know.
How single are you?
Oh, very, very, very single. I think I'm at a point in life where I'm trying to focus on myself, build myself, get to where I need to be. I have a lot of goals that I need to accomplish, a lot of money to make, and then I guess when it comes to the religious side, I feel like there's a lot of building I need to do as well, and also getting much more closer to God. So I believe that I'm at a point in my life where I'm more focused on myself, building myself, for the greater future.
All right. Thank you for
I
that.
think our brother Kofi just clarified that both of you guys.
Well, DJ
So,
Kia.
Is he sure?
DJ.
DJ Kia.
Said to both guests.
I think it's it.
Can I answer for DJ Kia?
Oh, that'd be that.
No, no, no. Did I answer for you?
But she can speak first. So.
Okay. I'm single.
How single?
Semi-single.
Semi.
And I
Oh,
mentioned
wow.
today.
It's a situationship.
Yes.
What is that? Situationship?
Situationship.
Break it down for the older crowd.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm single. If you're single, God-fearing, and you tall, 6 feet
Hello?
and up,
I'm 6 feet.
let's talk.
Are you really?
You are looking
I'm
for
single.
it. Now let's get back to the questions. I think the one of them, I think DJ AKUAA addressed it already. So let me take it over. Let's talk about you guys' passion. I mean, DJing is a passion. I've seen you guys DJing. The way you guys are into it and loving it. Perspectives. People looking at you might, judge you per se, or they might look at you in a different way. Are you often judged because of your passion?
I think we answered that, right? We did.
Well, let's do it again.
Okay. Of course, yeah, I am. I mean, if you know my age, or if you know just the fact that I'm a female, why am I not? The thing is, I have a full-time job. I only put out what I want people to know about me. So a lot of people just think that I'm just a DJ and that's it. But I have a full-time job. I'm an application engineer. I don't want to share too much with everybody because it doesn't become sacred to me anymore. So it's not that this is all I do, but this is what I show them. So I do get judged, but I don't really take it to heart because I already know that they don't know the full story. So, yeah.
I think we should have switched the question a little bit in terms of how do you take it when people judge you?
Oh, how do I take?
Yeah.
I just tell them, look, you see my glory, but you don't know my story. So that's so. If that's how you see it, if you're ignorant enough to just come at me with what you know, then I don't feel like I should waste my time to explain who I am to you.
Could I chime in for a second? So let me give you a scenario. So there's an older lady, let's just say she's about 50. She's older than you. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
50 and
Let's make it 31.
31.
Yeah.
No, 31 there. With the scenario, I feel
Okay,
like
okay, I got it.
31 day, you can tell the person what you want to tell them. But let's say the woman is 50 and she comes to you, Mommy, the song that you're playing is not a song for this kind of scenery. Like, you don't need to be playing this kind of song, so on and so forth. Like, that kind of disrespect that comes at you as a DJ. How do you solve that? How do you respond to guests that feel like they can come to someone's event and pretty much tell you what to do?
I'm a very straightforward person, and I'm gonna be very straightforward. This situation happens to me a lot at Pentecostal events. And it happens, and when they do, I just tell them okay. Like I can't fight a battle that I know there's no point. I just tell them okay, and then I keep it moving. Because unless you're the one that physically is giving me money and you tell me, hey, I told you not to play this song and you're playing this song, which I would never do. If you're not the one paying me, you can tell me everything you want. It's gonna go in one ear and out the other. And respectfully, I'll tell you, okay, Mama, and that's just it. I mean, if they start attacking me, which has happened. I've done a Nigerian and Ghanaian wedding where I played a lot of Nigerian music, and when it's time for me to play Ghanaian, the Nigerian mom came and was like, why are you doing that, da 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 da. And I actually had to check her and then tell her son to tell her, like, it's not just you guys here. I have to be able to cater to both. Now, she would have had a tangible reason to come to me if the Ghanaian crowd wasn't dancing. But they had been so tired of listening to the traditional Nigerian that they wanted to listen to a bit of their own. And I had to literally say, hey, Ma, they're dancing. Just give them at least 10 minutes and I'll go back. I have to try to find a way to compromise because it's at the heat of the moment. But it's either I just goes in one ear or out the other, or I try to compromise with them so that they can at least get out of my ear, stop nagging me. Yeah.
So you respectfully tell them,
Yeah.
okay, Mom, and then that's it.
Yeah, and if they still keep nagging, I try to find something to keep them away for a little bit, or tell them, oh, your son is the one that said he wanted this, so let's just try to respect his day and keep that, so.
How about you, Sticky?
Sometimes how I go about it is when when I meet with the host of the event, I make sure I ask them to the T. Are you okay with me playing songs like, I give them examples. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're perfect, do your thing. You know what I mean? Now, once they tell me do your thing, if they don't come back and tell me, like DJ Chris, if they don't come back and tell me that, hey, I know I told you this, but you know what, because of, you don't even have to give me a reason because you're the one that is paying me. I want you to switch it up. Hey, that's okay, I'll do it for you. But, you cannot not be the one that booked me and then come tell me, this is what I need you to play. What if I'm not satisfying the actual client? Then.
And there's also a way to come about saying it. And there's a lot of ignorant people in the world, and the way they'll come at you will even throw you off to even not want to even compromise sometimes. But being that we have to deal with what we deal with customer service, you have to always find a way to compromise with them and get them to level with you, or level them down to understand that, relax, we'll get to you when we get to you. Making them happy, but at the same time not giving them everything that they want, but making them happy enough to go away and not feel like, oh, this person's being childish or they're being disrespectful. So.
Well, great response, because I was going to say you have people that look up to you. You have people that are looking at how you handle the situation. You have youth that are looking up to you, like we're talking about. I think all of us are youth leaders here, and a lot of people look up to to us. So let's focus on the youth for a minute. Let's focus on those that are the younger ones, or the people that look up to you and want to get into DJing because they see you guys doing great things. What advice do you have for them? Now you can look in on the camera and speak to these youth and the people that look up to you, and they want to also be a DJ. Should they follow your footsteps and become a DJ, or should you say, because of the challenges I'm facing, don't become a DJ? What advice do you have for them?
Well, I'll never tell anybody to follow my footsteps. I'll tell them to be better than me. So that's number one. If you want to do anything pertaining to music, beat making, DJing, my go-to is go for it. And while you're going for it, always have a plan B, because it's not as easy as it seems. So as you're going through it, always make sure you have a backup plan, because I have a backup plan. People don't know that, but I have a backup. My secret is I have a backup plan. So if it really does fail, I always have something to stand on. If it doesn't fail, I can be have my cake and eat it too for a while, and then God willing, branch off in the DJing perspective full time completely. So always have a backup plan. But if you want to do something, don't let anybody sit on you. Don't let anybody deter you from trying to do what it is that you want to do. If you have a hobby, like the only thing, if you're going to take something out of this whole thing, if you have a hobby, try to find a way to make money out of it. And that will even keep you pushing and keep you going to, go for whatever it is you want to do. So.
I think before you want to become a DJ, you should really, take a thought to it. Like, is this something that you really want to do because you love it, or is it something that you want to do because I heard DJ AKUAA got $10 million because she played for Shatawala yesterday, so now let me force and learn this so I can get
she
that
really
much.
had $10 million, because we can talk business after the show.
That was just an estimate. She probably has more than that, but
Wow. Amen.
But yeah, you have to really, and that's a question that I ask myself. Like, am I trying to do this because I feel like it's gonna make me money? But then again, how it started off, I went to New York with DJ AKUAA, and she was killing it as usual. I was watching her, I was amazed. Then I started dancing, mixed in with the crowd, and then even helping her, I was lost. I started dancing, and so I was like, how does she feel being the one, to invoke this type of energy in people to make them move the way they're moving, to make me move the way I'm moving, so I want to be.
That crowd was even uptight, right?
Yeah,
because the seating and everything.
The seating was,
wow,
everything was really,
really,
really tight, and so I was like, that feeling that she gets, because when you look at DJ AKUAA when she's DJing, she doesn't stand in one spot. She's hopping around, dancing, nodding, and I was like, I want to be, just like her. I want to be able to move somebody like that, with music. So I feel as though, like when I started DJing, my first 2-3 gigs, I did not take a penny from anybody. I did it all for free because I wanted to get the experience and how everything is. Is this, is this really mine? Is this really for me? And when I did it, regardless of the fact that I spent money on equipment, I spent time in doing this for these people, I felt good about myself because I felt like, this is really, I really want to do this. That is when, it really kicked off for me. So you actually really need to analyze yourself in that sense. And then if you realize that, hey, you know what, my passion in this is what I really want to do, then I think you should go for it.
Nice.
Liz, you want to take that question on Facebook?
Yes, so we have a question from Derek Ocheforsten, also a member of PIWC Randallstown, CEO of Customized Base Print, and he wants to know, what's your greatest achievement as far as being a DJ is concerned? So that goes for both of you.
I think DJ AKUAA can go first on this one.
I can't. I don't even. My greatest accomplishments. That's a really tough question. You go first. Go first.
Can I answer for you? Because
Go ahead.
I think you did something. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I don't think a lot of people know this, but DJ AKUAA actually did a show in New York. It was called Afrobeats to the World.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And she featured, I don't know how many artists, top big artists from Ghana. I believe it was 10 of them.
It was
probably
like
around 10 of them. Likes of Medical, R2Bs, all these big artists. And I actually had a gig that day, so I couldn't go to New York to that show. And that was a gig that she was supposed to play, and then she gave me that gig. So I watched from Snapchat while I was DJing, and then it was amazing because just, that pre-turn up before the actual event, she stood on stage for at least, I'll say about 2 hours, interacting with the crowd with a live band, getting the crowd to move even before the artist started to perform. And I was like, wow, like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? This is not actual music that is playing, but this is a live band, and there's no actual lyrics in the songs. So she has to speak and to be able to move the crowd, and the crowd was insane. So I feel like from what I know,
you know what?
that's the biggest accomplishment for DJ AKUAA.
No, actually, yeah.
So was that for both of you or just?
No, that was for her.
It was just her.
For me, I don't think I have gotten a bigger accomplishment yet. I know it's coming.
No, what is the biggest accomplishment from what you've
so far?
Yeah.
I played at an event that DJ AKUAA actually gave me. When I had a meeting with the client, she told me, she's Ghanaian and everything. I was like, okay, so this should be easy. You know what I mean? It's going to be a whole bunch of Ghanaians. I know my Ghanaian music. This is going to be an easy gig. Then I get there, I start playing my Ghanaian music, and then I realize it's about 60% of African Americans. Then it's about 20% of Africans. It's a little bit of Jamaicans. It's a little bit of, people from Cote d'Ivoire. It's like 7 different, people from the whole globe in the one room. And then, I started playing. I'll say the first 30 minutes to an hour, people were not really feeling it. So, I started sweating. When I get nervous, I sweat a lot. So I started sweating, and I was like, what do I do? First, I need to calm myself down. One, I didn't even have anybody there with me that I knew to actually, kind of interact with. So I was like, you know what? Let's see this. This person is from here. This person is from there. So I started with the African Americans because they had the biggest, the biggest percentage. And, I played their fair share for them. I switched up to the Jamaicans, a fair share. A little bit of Ghana music. Of course, you always, regardless, how amazing of a DJ you are, you're always going to have somebody come to you and say, hey, can you play this for me? So of course people came, but regardless, I feel like I played everybody's fair share of them. And then at the end of the show, the person came to me and she was like, you really surprised me, because the turnout that she expected was not the turnout that she got. Oh, wow. And the fact that everybody still enjoyed themselves, she really appreciated me for it. And then after that, I was like, with all that I went through within the first hour of the event, and I was still able to, get through it successfully. And even I had a cord that was broken, when I was setting up, so I had to run to Home Depot to find a cord and everything. So that show was just, wow. And then at the end, she was satisfied, everybody was satisfied, we all went home happy. So yeah, for me, that was it.
I'll just piggyback off of you from what you said. I forgot about that show, but that was that show gave me hell, honestly, because the day started at 6 a.m., running around backstage. So prior to the show, me and the band, I compiled the songs with the band, and we've been practicing nonstop for about 3 weeks straight. Getting there, on top of knowing that I have to perform, I have to make sure the artists are good, I have to make sure everybody backstage is good. At the same time, make sure that the stage is on point, backstage is on point, everybody that needs to perform needs to be there, and still
focus on the crowd,
perform, and then also DJ for 2 of the artists. So I had so much on my plate, I completely forgot. Oh man, that day was really bad. But I actually did all of that backstage and still had to come on stage and perform and still had to DJ. But I made it work. I think you're right. That's my biggest accomplishment. Yeah.
That's awesome. So we still want to encourage anyone at home watching, whether Zoom, whether Facebook, ask your questions below. Our guests are here to answer them for you. So I guess we'll just go back to our questions. So any upcoming events, shout outs, anything you want to tell our people at home that are watching?
So thanks to Corona, there's nothing happening right now. But I do a live on Instagram every Saturday from 1 to 3, which is also broadcasted on Live FM in Ghana. So I broadcast simultaneously between that, Facebook, and Live FM in Ghana. It's a frequency station. My socials are all DJ AKUAA with 2 A's. So DJ AKUAA, you feel me? So yeah, that and what was that other stuff?
Any shout outs?
Oh, shout out to everybody watching, everybody tuned in, my mama, my aunties, everybody. Shout out to Grandma, see? Yeah. Who else? Shout out to everybody that supports me. And sometimes you guys don't come up.
You have Candace.
Yeah, Candace.
She's watching.
I did shout her out already, but
Candace,
shout out to Candace, Jenny,
Kofi is watching. Derek is watching.
Derek,
Ernest.
Customized Print, Ernest. And there's a lot of people that, for me, it's still surprising that support me. Everybody that support me that I don't know about, shout out to you. I appreciate you guys a lot. Like when I go to Ghana, sometimes I be on Snapchat at the mall, and somebody will come to the mall and say, I saw your filter and I wanted to come and say, I'm like, who are you talking to? Yeah, it's like you. So anybody that supports me, that's following my work, I appreciate you. I'm gonna try to work harder with the team to give you guys more stuff and deliver as much as I can.
That's right. How about you, DJ Sticky?
For me, anything coming out, I'm trying to work on another mixtape. I brought out a mixtape. It was called the Quarantine and Chill mixtape, which was, technically a lot of people are working from home, so something smooth for you to listen to, enjoy while you're sitting behind your computer watching, working from home. trying to work on another mixtape. Anything else coming out right now? I think I've been caught up more in my daytime job because I work in healthcare, and with the whole COVID and everything going on, it had me dragged more into my daytime job
Essential
than
worker,
anything
shout out to
else,
you.
and also my kids as well. Trying to make sure I have time for my kids as well. So that has me, I think, occupied more. But however, I know when COVID, by God's grace, leaves us alone, there's going to be more, impact for everyone. And also, shout out to everybody that has supported me since day one. The people that believed in me, people that even didn't, they just heard that say Caleb and DJ, and then they were willing to give me a shot and then give me a gig and actually pay me for it without even knowing or seeing what I have done before. I really appreciate that. Without them, there wouldn't be any DJ Sticky. So, and then shout out to my family. When I have gigs and I'm DJing, my mom is taking care of my kids. They're running around driving her crazy. My little sisters, Ruth and Abby, Godfred. Again, my brother Kofi Adade, he watches my kids sometimes too. He's amazing. Helps me all around. So shout out to him as well. Shout out to everybody, everyone that come. Sometimes I take people with me to events as well when they're free. To hype up events for people as well. Friends of mine, Kotoro, Papa Kwame. When
Wait, you
they're
got
around.
too many shout outs. Let me go back.
Pop Tizzle's watching. Shout out to Pop
Pop
Tizzle,
Tizzle.
Yeah.
live from China,
Hey,
Japan.
Japan.
Yes.
me how? That's actually how they say hello. But I actually have a new single that I'm getting ready to release very soon. And a big shout out to JoJo. She's the one that's like pretty much my creative designer. She helps me get the right look because I'm very nonchalant. I can go outside with a t-shirt and call it a day. So shout out to JoJo. She's really, very helpful. My sisters, they always holding me down. My parents, everybody. Paul.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think I know you guys shared your Instagram, but is that the only way to contact you guys if somebody wants you to play for them or hire you as a DJ?
My website is DJAKUAA.com, DJAKUAA.com, and all that information is there. And truly just call me when you actually have a gig because I often get this. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, when? They're like, mid-demo. So really like
Oh wow.
social medias, all my handles are just DJ AKUAA, so reach out there. And shout out to you guys for having us on. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It was a good time.
Big shout out to Big Mo and
Yeah,
Empress Lizzie.
beautiful. How do you
Empress
want to go?
Lizzie.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Radio.
Yeah.
And also a big shout out to the crew in the back making all this happen. They're
Yes.
hustling around. Switching cameras and everything, making sure this is possible.
Because we in LA.
Yeah, we in LA right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nana Kwasi, Eugene,
Eugene,
and
Elvis.
Elvis.
Thank you
Shout out
guys
to
so
these
much for
guys.
having us.
They're doing great. They're doing a great job out here.
Absolutely, and thank you guys for actually honoring our request as well. There's a quick question here from Papa Kwame Tandor. I think he said, "How long does it take to become a good DJ?" I think that's an interesting question.
That's a very interesting question. Because I don't even know the answer.
I don't think there's a time
2011,
frame.
right?
I don't
Yeah,
think-
I've been DJing for 10 years.
Let's put
Wow.
DJ AKUAA on the spot because you picked up DJ Sticky. How long did it take him? Because I know he's a good DJ now.
No.
He's good.
Sticky, let me be honest. When Sticky started, I didn't take him serious. And then I'll give him stuff to do, and then all of a sudden he texts me, "I got a machine, I got this, I got that,
Yeah.
I got that." I said, "Hey, it seems like you're good to go, so go." So I can't really tell you that he was very determined. Like he said, when it happened because he just, even though I'll give him tasks and then we're supposed to meet, and then I'm the most forgetful person in the whole wide world. This is where my age will probably show. I just forget, maybe because I have too many things going on, I forget things. So I'll tell him to do something, he'll probably do it, and then I forget that we're supposed to meet and take care of it. But he's always on top of it. So Sticky was very determined, and I guess that's what goes back to him saying you have to really know that you want it, because if you want it, I can help you get the stepping stone, but then he drove the rest of the way. So.
How long did it take you to just take? I mean, how long have you been DJing now? I think if you say it, we would know.
It's been 2 years now.
Wow.
2 years,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Wow.
2 years.
And you are this good. So,
I try.
Papa Kwame, that's your answer there. It could take, depending on your determination, how determined you are, how you want to know, and the willingness of.
I think before I played my first gig, one of the gigs that I played for free. Shout out to my sister, Ama Beans. It was her mom's 50th birthday. And then, she gave me that opportunity to do that. Oh, no, that's her nickname.
No. Beans is really her name.
I mean, well, yeah, if you translate it in Tree, yeah. Her name is Edria, so when you translate it. But yeah, it was her mom's 50th birthday. That was the first ever, I was nervous, from top to bottom. I got there probably 2 hours earlier, set up, made sure everything was straight. And that's one thing I learned from DJ, because you always make sure you're super, super ahead of time. So
that can mess
just
up your
in case,
whole gig. If you're late
Yeah.
and the pressure's on you, you just your whole vibe will just
especially when you have a hiccup, especially you have a chord that does not work,
Yeah.
and then now you have to run around to find,
I've actually went to a gig without a laptop before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did that work out?
So in my defense, it wasn't my gig. It was another DJ's gig, and they forgot that they had it. So they called me like last minute, and it was in a different state. They called me very last minute. I said, you know what, I'll go. They're like, rush, because the gig is going to be literally the next 7 hours. So I rush, I take everything. And because I know I took everything, I said, I'm not going to go back in the house because I'm wasting time. I know I took everything. And I get there. And God, it's this one thing that I try to get there early. I went there, and there's no laptop. And I'm sitting here like, dang, I'm in Jersey. My stuff is in Delaware. What am I going to do? So I actually called another DJ, and then I asked them to bring me the laptop, and I just played off of there for the whole day. It was an engagement and then a wedding, traditional afterwards. So you always got to know your music, because things like this happen. If you know your music, you know to use any.
That's exactly what I was about to say,
laptop.
because
Yeah.
there's one thing that I'm currently learning right now, because DJ AKUAA could literally pick up what she already has. When we went to Ghana, December 2018, she DJ'd off from my computer without knowing where my cue points are, So that's one thing I'm currently learning right now, to make sure that you know your music as much that if I pick up DJ AKUAA's computer right now, I can DJ from it without having any hiccups.
Well, this is it. Again, if you just joined us, welcome to the talk show. This is the time that we have for now. I think we will wrap it up here. We want to take this opportunity to actually give a shout out to our district pastor, Pastor Paul Asante Yeboah, our PIWC presiding elder Dr. Emmanuel Osei Boama, for giving us this opportunity to host this talk show. We want to give a special shout out to the PIWC talk show team, me, Deacon Moses, the host, and also our co-host, Lizzie Apia. And we have our media team that is making this wonderful, you're having this great experience with your cameras and with the view, and also to be able to hear us. Brother Elvis in the background, our brother Nana Kwesi. I'm talking about Elvis Amo, and then Nana Kwesi in the background, and our own brother Eugene Ajay, for making this possible for us. We also want to give a big shout out to living the best for last. We thank God for this opportunity, for giving us the strength and the ability to come here and have a discussion, with open-minded, with our great friends, our great brothers and sisters, our DJ Sticky and DJ AKUAA, for actually giving us this time out of their busy day. So guys, we thank you. I don't know if you guys have anything to say before we close out. My co-host. Also, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that commented on our Facebook and also our Zoom live as well. Please continue to join us. There are great discussions coming, and we hope you will always tune in. And again, thank you, DJ Sticky. Thank you, DJ AKUAA. Thank you, my co-host. I will let my co-host close us out.
All right, I just want to give a quick shout out to the CEO of Customized Base Print for this wonderful t-shirt. Brother Derek, who's also a member of PIWC. Thank you so much.
Derek. I want a shirt too, Derek.
DJ Kia with 2 A's wants a t-shirt. And shout out to our sister Margaret Afari for this lovely hairdo. Prima Luxury Wigs. Please follow our DJs here. Follow Customized Base _print. Follow Prima Luxury _wigs, and you won't be disappointed. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time.
Peace. Guys, you got it. Are we out?